from our experience, or from my experience, the way I viewed it, breastfeeding was actually the easy route. Things got more complicated. We started adding external things that were not necessarily natural in terms of formula and so forth.
In this interview, we talked to Tiffany Dufu and her husband Kojo Dufu. They have 2 children, ages 1 and 3. They were surprised to learn the Centers for Disease Control finding that black women are the least likely group of mothers in America to breastfeed, and as a result, face an increased risk of certain cancers, diabetes, and obesity. The Dufus talk about their joys of breastfeeding, their practical experience, and from Kojo, we hear the father side of breastfeeding. You may be surprised what you learn.
My name is Kojo. I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. In terms of breastfeeding, similar to Tiffany, I thought it was just the natural rule of law. So
he grew up in a place where that's what boobs are for.
Well, from my perspective, and this may be true of a lot of guys in a relationship, you get put in charge of cleanup, disposal, transport, logistics. In the context of breastfeeding, that actually worked really well. Like, again, for very, very practical reasons, breastfeeding worked because the poop didn't smell at all. It's actually scentless if you don't use formula at all. So cleaning up the baby and taking out dirty diapers was very easy from that perspective. My support was running the background, efficient operation, making sure it worked. And of course also being available to just hold the baby. You kind of need somebody to just kind of hold the baby, whereas mom tries to get an hour of sleep or something. The economic reasons, which I care a lot because I tend to manage the budget, so formula is expensive. Your food budget goes up like 20-25% once you go to formula. So I love breastfeeding. It's also cheap.
I didn't do a lot of research on the health benefits for the baby of breastfeeding because I had a lot of assumptions that it was just better.
And it worked. Our son has not really been sick before. I mean, right up until the whole year of his life. He's a pretty healthy guy. Pretty healthy guy, and I attribute that to breastfeeding. Maybe a little bit on the vanity side, and you can erase this later.
No,
on
we like vanity sides.
Is that
I'm going to do a close-up now. No, we like vanity sides.
Women lose weight a lot quicker when they breastfeed. No, it's true. It's true, and it's almost better than jogging. I don't know what breastfeed does, the process does, but it's quite taxing on the body in terms of actually sucking energy or calories or whatever it is out of the woman. So literally, you can tell the difference.